Hello everyone. Today I am going to demonstrate obstetrical examination. So what is obstetrical examination? Obstetrical examination, it is a systemic and thorough abdominal examination done beyond 28 weeks of pregnancy to diagnose the life, presentation, position and attitude of the fetus. Yes, before proceeding the procedure, so we have to do some preparation for the mother. So what are the preparations we have to focus on? Yes, first is the privacy. We have to provide a privacy to the mother. But now as I am performing on the mannequin, so I have exposed the area. Second, we have to take the important. It should be done first. That is we have to take the verbal consent from the mother about the procedure, and we have to say the mother to evacuate her bladder. Then the examiner, he or she should always stand at the right side of the mother, antenatal mother. So after these preparations, we can proceed towards our procedure. So now I am going to perform the inspection, palpation and auscultation. Yes, before going, let me start inspection. In the inspection, we have to check for the uterine shape, whether the uterine shape is spherical, longitudinal, ovoid, and again we have to focus on the pigmentary changes. Yes, the skin pigmentary changes. In the pregnancy, we can see the linear nigram and stria gravidarum. So linear nigram, it is the straight line which will appear from the xiphistrum to the symphysis pubis, that we have to check. Then afterwards, we have to check for the stria gravidarum, which will be visible on the lower abdominal part, especially towards the flanks of the mother. And also we have to focus on any of the incisional scars, whether mother is having the infections, everything we have to check in the inspection. Then fundal height. Yes, coming to the palpation, first we have to check for the fundal height. The fundal height we will check. In this, we have to, with the help of the measuring tape, it will be checked from the symphysis pubis till the end of the fundus. And in some cases, the height of the fundus might differ. It might be more than the period of gestation. It might be less than the period of gestation. So for that, we have to confirm using the measuring tape. So that is called as the McDonald method. So here, first, before proceeding, with the ulnar border of the left hand, we have to palpate the end of the fundus. Where we will feel the resistant part, end of the fundus, we have to mark there. And with the help of the measuring tape, it should be kept from the symphysis pubis and till our mark, where we will feel the mark, that should be examined. Now it is 30 centimeters. Yes. So the fundal height, it will be measured in the centimeters. So now when I kept the measuring tape from the symphysis pubis and the end of the fundus, where I felt the resistant part, it's 30 centimeters. And another method is there, that is the finger method. Yes, approximately 20 to 20 weeks the fundus will reach to the umbilicus. Then after that, we can keep our 4 fingers. One finger is equal to 1 week. So from the umbilicus, this is the umbilicus. So this is our reference point. From here, if it is 24 centimeter till here, then 28 centimeter, then 2 centimeter. See, now it's like 29 centimeter. By the finger method, I got 29 centimeter. So plus or minus 2 to 3 centimeters will differ. So this was about the fundal height. Next, coming for our grips, palpation. That is, we are having 4 grips. That is the fundal grip, umbilical grip, also called as the lateral grip, then Paulic grip and the pelvic grip. So in this, the fundal grip, umbilical grip and Paulic grip, it will be performed by facing our face towards the mother. And in the pelvic grip, we will face our face towards the mother's feet. So let me begin with the fundal grip. Yes, in the fundal grip, by using the both hand, we have to palpate at the end of the fundus. At the fundus we have to palpate to diagnose which pole of the fetus is lying in the fundal area. So if we feel the broad, smooth and irregular mass, then it suggests the breach of the fetus. If we feel a small globular and hard part, then it suggests the fetal head. So in this condition, so I am feeling a broad, smooth and irregular mass. So that is the breach of the buttocks of the fetus is present in the fundus. Next, continuing with this, we have to keep our hand in one side and we have to palpate on the side and front of the uterus. So by doing this, we will come to know which part of the which side the fetus is lying, that means the back. So after this, again at the opposite side we have to palpate from the upper part to the lower part side of the fetal uterus. So in this condition I have felt the regular resistant mass, that is the regular smooth resistance part is felt on the right side, so that we can say the fetus position is ROA, that is the right occipito anterior, and this side I am feeling a small knob like structures that indicates the limbs of the fetus. If we will feel the continuous resistance smooth part, curved part, so if we will feel here, then we can say the fetus is lying in the left occipito anterior position. And of course, if we will feel the resistant part here, then the limbs will be felt here. So by like this we have to perform the umbilical grip, also called as the lateral grip. So we can diagnose the position of the fetus. Next we will do the Pauly grip. For the Pauly grip, we have to, with the thumbs and fingers stretched, we have to place it on the lower pole of the uterus, that is on the symphysis pubis. If our fingers and thumb will approximate, that time we can say the fetal head is not yet engaged. If we will feel like 2 fingers, 3 fingers grip is there, then we can say it is, we can find out, we can guess whether the fetal head is fixed or it has been engaged, that is the ballotment can be checked. So this is the Pauly grip. Then after the Pauly grip, we have to face towards the mother feet side, and with the 4 fingers of both the hand, we have to, at the lower pole of the uterus, parallel to the inguinal canal, we have to move towards. This is the pelvic grip. So it will be done in this fashion. The 4 fingers, it will be in the downward and backward style. It will be there. If there is a, we will check here if there is a diversions of fingers, conversions of fingers. If there is a conversions of fingers, we can say the fetal head is not yet engaged. If we will feel the diversions of fingers, then we can say the fetal head is engaged. So that can be assessed in engagement, and also by the pelvic grip we can find out the presenting part. So in the fundal grip we have seen the broad irregular smooth mass was felt, that is the breach. So of course the head will be here. So in the cephalic, this is the cephalic presentation. So again by the pelvic grip we can find out what is the presenting part, and also by the pelvic grip we can find out the attitude of the fetus. So this was, and in my case, in this case I am feeling the conversions of the fingers, that means the fetal head is not yet engaged. So this was about the pelvic grip. So let me revise. So 4 grips are there: fundal grip, lateral grip, that is also called as umbilical grip, Pauly grip, and the pelvic grip. So by the fundal grip we can find out the lie and presentation. By the lateral grip we can find out the position of the fetus. By the Pauli grip we can find whether there is a ballotment or it is not ballotted. Then by the pelvic grip we can find out the presenting part, attitude and engagement. After the completion of the palpation, so let's move towards the auscultation. Yes, before going to auscultation, I will say why auscultation is important. Yes, the fetal heart sounds, the fetal heart rate is important to auscultate because it's not only diagnose the live fetus but also it confirms with the position of the fetus and also the health of the fetus. Yes. In the fetal auscultation, the fetal heart rates, fetal heart sounds, where it can be auscultated. In the anterior position, the fetal heart sounds can be auscultated below the umbilicus, and in the breech presentation, the fetal heart sounds can be auscultated around the umbilicus. So, in the anterior position, in my case, my fetal position was the ROA, that is the right occipital anterior position. So, in this case, I will be able to auscultate the fetal heart rates, a fetal heart sound between the spino-umbilical line. The spino-umbilical line, it is the imaginary line between the umbilicus and the superior anterior iliac spine. So, where we will find the fetal heart sound means at the positions. If it is the LOA position, then the fetal heart rates or fetal heart sound can be auscultated on the left side of the spino-umbilical line. If it is in the ROA, then it can be auscultated between the right side of the spino-umbilical line. So with the help of the stethoscope, so before auscultating, I will wipe the bell of the stethoscope. As the fetal heart sounds, the fetal heart rate will be of the low pitch, so I will be using we will use the bell of the stethoscope. So we have to auscultate for 1 minute, and the normal fetal heart rate will be between 120 to 160 beats per minute. So here it completes the obstetrical examination. Let me revise. In today's demonstration, I have performed the obstetrical examination in which we have seen the inspection and palpations. In palpation, 4 grips, that is the fundal grip, umbilical grip also called as the lateral grip, Pauli grip and the pelvic grip. Then the auscultation. So in my case, in this mother, the fetal position was on the right side, that was the ROA position, which is the second commonest position. So fetal heart rate was auscultated at the right side of the spino-umbilical line. So I hope you all have understood about this obstetrical examination procedure. So thank you. Have a good day.